Multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time.
That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Y'all, I am so excited for this live. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen when you're live on tour. And most of the tours, they come from you guys in combination with me. And sometimes we just like to have fun. So that's what this live is going to be about. It's all going to be about fun. So higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background. Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music. Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. So I want to kick this off because this article inspired this live that I'm about to bring up for you guys here. Let me see. Show that. Give me a moment. There it is, right there. Okay, here we go. So this is from the Sandusky Register. As you can see, there is Snoopy there, right? Bye Bye Snoopy. This came out yesterday, rather. Sandusky, the Peanuts game may be nearing their final curtain call at parks like Cedar Point, Kings Island, Carowinds, and Kings Dominion as the clock winds down on the long-standing licensing agreement between Peanuts Worldwide and the newly merged Six Flags Corporation. Following the July 2024 merger of Cedar Fair and Six Flags, the company inherited the Peanuts license, which is currently set to expire on December 31st, the end of the year. While the agreement includes an option to extend for 5 more years, Six Flags has not publicly commented its intentions, leading to speculation that the company may not renew the contract for most parks. The merged Six Flags now possesses exclusive access to both the Peanuts intellectual property and the Warner Brothers portfolio, which includes Looney Tunes and DC Comics. The Warner Brothers licenses are secured through 2053. Can you believe that could be a year, 2053? I mean, I remember when we all heard that 2025 was way out there, and now we're here, but 2053? Whew, my Lord Jesus. Although I have a feeling that because Six Flags is really not utilizing the licenses as much as they should, and y'all remember when we covered Warner Brothers World in Abu Dhabi, that indoor amusement park that really could come to Orlando, Florida. And actually, if you don't know what it is, I'll show you a video of it. I'll show you a video of that park, just a little bit of that here in just a minute. Offering a long-term cost-effective solution for theme park theming. In contrast, the Peanuts agreement will require renegotiation and additional financial investment. Peanuts characters have been a fixture at legacy Cedar Fair parks for decades, particularly in children's areas like Planet Snoopy. But since the merger, Six Flags has not introduced Peanuts theming to any of their legacy properties. This lack of integration, combined with the company's strategic emphasis on portfolio optimization, has raised questions about the Peanuts brand's long-term role. Knott's Berry Farm appears to be the likely exception. The California park has a unique historical connection to the Peanuts brand, having incorporated the intellectual property prior to Cedar Fair's acquisition in 1997. Observers anticipate that Knott's may retain the characters while other parks transition to Looney Tunes or DC Comics theming. Online discussions and industry chatter suggest that Six Flags may favor the Warner Bros. Properties due to their broader character lineup, contemporary appeal, and more favorable licensing terms. These intellectual properties also allow for consistent branding across the company's expanding national portfolio. Financial strategic considerations also weigh heavy. With the planned closure of Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor, Maryland, following the 2025 season. Yeah, I know if you live in the DMV, Six Flags America and Hurricane Harbor, Maryland will be closing on the 2025 season. The company is signaling a sharpened focus on maximizing return on investment. The cost and limited relevance of the Peanuts intellectual property outside Knott's Berry Farm may not align with those goals. While the Peanuts license remains active through the end of 2025, the absence of a renewal announcement and visible shifts in strategy point to a likely transition. Guests hoping to visit Planet Snoopy, Camp Snoopy, or take a photo with Charlie Brown may want to do so before the year ends. So this kind of got me thinking a little bit, just a little bit, right? So let me pull up that video of Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi. Just a little bit of it, so you guys. Right here. Go.
As far as pure theme parks go, it doesn't get much better than Warner Brothers World Abu Dhabi. Opening in 2018 at a cost of a whopping $1 billion, this completely indoor theme park is packed full of immersive theme zones, technologically advanced dark rides, cute family coasters, delicious food, and of course, those world-famous characters that we know and love, like Batman, Superman, and the Looney Tunes. And being from the US, I'm used to seeing Warner Brothers licensed characters out at the Six Flags parks. And comparatively, they do a sad job at theming up their attractions. You won't find any plywood cutouts here. The detail is on the same level as what you would typically find at a Disney or Universal park. It's already cracked the top 20 for most visited theme parks in all of Europe, the Middle East, and Africa combined. In 2023, it was the most visited park in the UAE, receiving 1.75 million guests. Which among parks in the Middle East, there's this stereotype that they don't receive a lot of attendance. The parks are always empty, and clearly that is not the case with Warner Brothers World. For us, this was the second most crowded park we experienced in the Middle East after Global Village in Dubai, and that park costs like $6 to get into. So this was easily the busiest of the normal price parks. And I think we really underestimated just how much there is to do here. You know, on paper you see, oh, they only got 2 roller coasters. Maybe it'll be a little more than like a half-day stop. No. This is a full-day destination. We spent the full day here and still didn't knock out everything that we wanted. So it's one of those places I absolutely can't wait to return to. In this review, I'm going to talk about our experience, walk you through the different themed areas, discuss the favorite rides, and hopefully give some tips for your visit along the way. So first things first, this is one of 4 different theme parks located on Yas Island. It was the third to open after Ferrari World and Yas Water World. You can quite literally see it from Ferrari World. It's in this big yellow box. Very distinct look, you can't miss it. I like how they put all the different Warner Brothers character designs on the side. And it's just an odd, unconventional shape for a theme park. You know, places like Ferrari World and IMG are under one big roof. But here at Warner Brothers,
why all these are indoor theme parks is because Abu Dhabi gets into the hundreds. So they thought it would be best to have indoor amusement parks. So here we go.
All of the zones are broken up into different sections with different lighting, varying heights, and so you can see that from the outside, which is why it creates this boxy shape. If anything, it resembles sound stages, which is very on brand for a movie-themed park. In total, it takes up 38 acres of land and will be growing. They have already announced a very exciting expansion for the future. I'll touch on that later. There's free parking in the garage, and as you make your way to the entrance, you have this beautiful plaza, the Warner Brothers logo front and center, great photo op. There's the water tower in the corner, of course patterned after the original one in Hollywood on their back lot. And you step foot inside, you're greeted with air conditioning and your ticket plaza, a statue of Bugs Bunny directly in the center as your mascot, and then these huge banners of other characters on the backside. A ticket to Warner Brothers World is going to be on the more expensive side. It is about $100 US. That's unfortunately pre-standard for all the theme parks in the, and $60 I think is a very reasonable price to go to Warner Brothers World. So as you scan your ticket to enter the main park, you pass beyond this very simple entrance and are greeted with your first elaborately themed zone, Warner Brothers Plaza. And this is also when you'll notice your first lighting change. You know, I've previously covered a place like IMG in Dubai where the entire park is set in night mode, which gets real old after a while. Warner Brothers has some sections set at night.
So
others
Warner Brothers Plaza is, you know, it's like Main Street USA, right? But I'm going to skip through this just a little bit because I want to show y'all more here. So this is their Gotham City. No, this is not Gotham City. This is, hang on, let me see.
We'll go to the left first into Metropolis.
So this is Metropolis. So that is the Justice League, Superman, all that good stuff there. And then we go over here.
In this one land. But we'll move on into Gotham City.
You see Wayne Tower, right? So that's Gotham City there. And then, of course, there's this cute little Joker's Funhouse. Yeah, no, we're not going there. No, not me. I'm black. So with that being said, let's roll on here to
feel like you're in Gotham City, and I love that. Now, let's go from the darkest theme land to the happiest theme land. This is Cartoon Junction.
Cartoon Junction there, right? So imagine if they brought this 38-acre indoor amusement park to Orlando, Florida. Now, here it is from Zillow. This is 61.39 acres, right? So for that plot of land in Orlando, Florida, if Warner Brothers really wanted to bring that park to Orlando, Florida, it would be game over. And it will be on the lake, so you'll be able to do a waterworks show. Potentially, you got to figure out how to landscape it with the wildlife and everything else. But I brought that up because of the Warner Brothers licensing. And honestly, if I'm Warner Brothers and we could bring that to the United States, screw Six Flags at that point. Just keeping it a buck, okay? So I wanted to bring that to your attention as well. Now, like I said, this is the Future of the Peanuts Gang and Theme Parks Townhall Deep Dive. When I show you what I got in store for the Peanuts Gang, your mind is going to lose it. So, with that being said, here it is. Here, Wild Brain talks Peanuts 75th anniversary. Of course, Teletubbies theory and more, but we're going to just stick to the Peanuts side for now. Here we go.
I'm sorry. I've just been so engrossed with this amazing story written by... It was me. I'm Amanda Cialetti, Vice President of Content at License Global, and we are very pleased to bring you a live interview with Tim Erickson of Peanuts Worldwide and Wild Brain Brands.
What makes Peanuts special is really the comic strip. We're lucky to be able to start with just an amazing starting point, all created in 1950 by Charles Schulz. The 17,897 comic strips is really the heartbeat of the company. It's all about a celebration of 75 years, and so we have a ton of content to work from. We began about 6 months ago, and it all kicked off with the Macy's Day Parade, which we've been a partner for a number of years. For us, it's all about staying true to that legacy, but also how do we apply that and really engage consumers today? Things like our recent partnership with Starbucks, as an example, which really helped bring Peanuts to a whole new generation, which was just fantastic. And we've got a number of other cross-category initiatives with a lot of current partners, as well as a lot of additional partners. The plus side is comic strips were some of the original short form content. And so we're able to apply that into social media really well. Stay tuned in terms of some of the big programming we've got for the fall. And as a reminder, our anniversary is actually October 2nd of this year. And so a lot of that activity will take place then. Well, we're really lucky at Wild Brain to have.
So I'm gonna pause it there. So did you hear that, right? Did you hear that? That was the original short form content, and partnering with Starbucks and, the Good Grief mental health campaign. You see the versatility there, okay? Now, I want to bring something to your attention, right? With Hasbro. We talked about this on another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live, but this is called the Game Room. And it's powered by Hasbro. So right here, the 41,500 square foot entertainment center will feature arcade games, attractions, retail, full service dining, anchored by some of the most iconic Hasbro brands. Guests are invited to embark on an immersive journey filled with competition, treats, and fun as they engage popular titles such as Battleship, Candyland, G.I. Joe, Trivial Pursuit, Clue, Monopoly, and Transformers, among others, right? So just wanted to bring that to your attention. For example, right here, G.I. Joe Battle Station Laser Tag for up to 28 players with Team Cobra and Team G.I. Joe battling it out in a chemical plant setting. Ultimate Roller Games, 9 tech-forward game lanes that each showcase a different Hasbro brand like Transformers, Candyland, Battleship, and Monopoly. Up to 5 players can compete. Candyland Shake Bar, offering decade shakes inspired by the whimsical world of Candyland, adored with a variety of topping options. Game Room Eats, chef-inspired selections of appetizers, entrees, and desserts in a fully immersive, full-service restaurant for younger guests. There's a hungry kiddos menu. Those can unwind with a craft cocktail at the game bar. Arcade Reimagined, a collection of arcade games designed to cater to diverse gaming preferences with a wide range of gaming options for nostalgic gamers and those seeking thrilling new adventures. So, with that being said, I wanted to bring this up because even though there's only one location as of right now, that does not mean that they will eventually expand. So here it is here. Now, I did not know that this was a thing here, but look at this. This is the Super Soaker Splash Dash. So it looks like if you get your thing to the top, you win one of those Super Soaker water guns. That would be amazing. Dave & Buster's, I don't know where you're at, but you need to have had that in since yesterday. This is the Vault. So that is basically a very special place for private events and stuff like that. Of course, they got wings there. Here is the inside of the game room, right? And all these are off of, it's a combination of arcade games, but arcade games with Hasbro theming on them. So it's really a cool spot. That's one of their burgers there. Of course, from the game bar, that's a Trivial Pursuit Espresso Martini. Right here, Roll again. Connect 4 there. There's the Candyland Shake Bar. But as you can see, it is the real deal, right? And that is available at the American Dream Mall in Rutherford, New Jersey. So like I said, I know what you're thinking, Bray. Where are you going with this? You know I don't bring you nothing without purpose, right? Now, of course, everything that I'm going to say in tonight's Deep Dive Live is a Bray diction. Do not take this as gospel, okay? I'm just saying the quiet part out loud, per usual, okay? So that is the Game Room by Hasbro. Let me show y'all this here. So this is the website here. Like I said, Game Room, Arcade, G.I. Joe Battle Station, Game Bar, Game Room, Eats, Candyland, Shake Bar are there. And of course, you got birthdays and anniversaries. Of course, you got different bundles there. And yes, that is actual Bop It machine. And this is Monopoly Roll and Go. You probably have seen this at Dave & Buster's for sure. Then there's Twister. There's Connect 4 in the background there. So plenty of games. I think that's a Hungry Hippos machine there. And right here, this VIP experience is a personal invitation from Mr. Monopoly himself to immerse your party goers in our private Monopoly-themed luxury room. So there it is there. All right. Now, like I said, pay attention, because this is where the party's about to get really started here. So from Attractions Magazine, Hasbro-themed amusement park opening in Canada. This came out December 23rd, 2019. Hasbro-themed amusement park is now in development for Canada's Galaxyland, an amusement park located in West Inman Mall, right? Right here, Galaxyland, powered by Hasbro. That is one of the Celestians, and she is looking scrumdiddlyumptious from Universal Land Epic Universe. Yes, indeed. Jesus, be offense. Okay, all right. You know what? Can we have BBW Celestians Week at Epic Universe? Just saying, Universal. I will gladly be the host of that. Moving on. Galaxyland is home to the world's world's tallest and longest indoor roller coaster, the Mind Bender, as well as the world's tallest indoor tower ride, Space Shot. The park will undergo a transformation encompassing the 165,000 square foot facility using Hasbro's recognizable brands like My Little Pony, Monopoly, Nerf, Play-Doh, G.I. Joe, Operation, and more. The brands will come to life over 25 rides, games, and attractions. The park will also include a unique Hasbro retail experience and themed dining locations. When the park reopens, it will then be called Galaxyland, powered by Hasbro. Galaxyland has been providing entertainment to locals and visitors from around the world for more than 3 decades, and we are thrilled to bring a number of exciting rides and activities themed to many of Hasbro's iconic brands, said Matt Perlux, Vice President of Location-Based Entertainment for Hasbro. When Galaxyland, powered by Hasbro, officially opens, we're sure that fans and families will get to experience their favorite brands like never before. Construction begins this month, or began that month in 2019. The grand opening scheduled for the winter of 2020. Galaxyland will remain open throughout the construction process. So, to learn more about Galaxyland, visit wem.ca. So, and here it is right here. Galaxyland, powered by Hasbro, is the only Hasbro theme park in Canada. North America's largest indoor amusement park, features more than 27 exhilarating rides and play areas for all ages. A total of 3.5 acres of family-friendly rides will be transformed into amusement park wonderland for all fans of Hasbro, a global play and entertainment company, and its powerhouse brands, right? So it's being transformed here. So that is going to be the entrance of Galaxyland there. And then, of course, you'll get to meet, My Little Pony in real life. Shout out to all the brownies out there. Lord Jesus, that's a whole community by itself. Mr. Potato Head, Mr. Monopoly. That looks like a Candyland swing, maybe. So, never mind. That is a Monopoly Pass Go carousel. Very nice. So we got the Monopoly Pass Go carousel, the Dizzy Up-Ohs. Okay, I like that. So you're actually in the Play-Doh can. That's very cool. Hungry Hippo Feeding Frenzy. Fight to Equestria. Sorry Sliders. Bumper Cars. Sorry Sliders is an actual game that Hasbro had back in the day. Micro Machines Aerial. That was Micro Machines is almost like Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Rainbow Bounce off of My Little Pony. Monopoly Railroad. You know the 4 railroads in Monopoly. Micro Machines Motor Jump. Super Simon. So Simon Says, but you know, a big fashion. Trouble Twist. Now that looks interesting. It looks like you're hooked up to something maybe, and you're going around and around like the Trouble dice. They're very interesting. The Cootie Coaster, yes, that kitty game there. G.I. Joe Ninja Training, Barrel of Monkeys, and that looks like you should not eat before you get on that thing. And then Chutes and Ladders, Climb and Slide Park rather. Monopoly Rollerball, Mr. Potato Head Spud Squirt, Operation, G.I. Joe Climb and Conquer, and then of course you got Easy Bake Mini Donuts and Galaxy Treats there. So that is everything you need to know about Hasbro in Canada. That's not all. Hasbro City opened up in Mexico City. So check this out. This comes to us from License Global, and those first 2 articles came to us from License Global as well. Hasbro City, a Hasbro-themed family entertainment center, or FEC, has officially opened its gates to guests in the Paso Interlomas Shopping Center in the state of Mexico or Mexico. Fans of Hasbro and its brands can experience immersive experiences in this newly created entertainment destination. Hasbro City's extensive entertainment offering includes rides such as Monopoly, the Ride Suspended Coaster, which carries the rail on top where the passenger control speed, Power Rangers Battle, a bumper cars track with 360-degree turns and Zips World Flight, among others. The new entertainment center also offers character shows, interactive and virtual reality attractions, active play spaces, skill games, food and beverage offerings, and the first Hasbro-themed store in the region. We are thrilled to welcome guests to Hasbro City, continue our Blueprint 2.0 strategy, offering more meaningful ways for families to engage with our brand, says Matt Prokes, Vice President, Location-Based Entertainment, Hasbro. New and long-standing fans of Hasbro brands such as Transformers, Monopoly, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, and more can now create lifelong memories for the whole family at this highly themed experience. Hasbro City was created so that guests can live incredible experiences based on their favorite brands and characters, said Luis Javier Santo, General Manager of Hasbro City. We are proud to open this high-quality family entertainment center, the first of its kind in Latin America, which brings together attractions based on several of Hasbro's iconic brands in one place. Now, y'all remember when we talked about the Uno Social Club, right? And how so that could be the family entertainment center for Mattel. Imagine the game room being the game room amplified, where you have an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you have Hasbro carts, right? And you have Hasbro mini bowling and Hasbro glow in the dark golf, and also laser tag and all the arcade games, right? So follow me here. So now we're actually going to watch a review of Hasbro City here. Give me a moment now. Here we go. All right.
Hasbro City is a new indoor theme park in Mexico City. Located in the Paseo Interlomas shopping mall, this place really surprised me. It had a unique ride lineup and a great atmosphere. There was some really good theming for a park of this scale. I'll explain everything you need to know about this park in this review. iMagic Park opened back in 2018. This was a 10,000 square meter or 2.5 acre indoor theme park. It was small, but it had an interesting ride lineup and some solid theming. The park was closed for a few years after the COVID-19 pandemic, and during that time, it was transformed into Hasbro City. The park received theming to tie in with the toy company's most popular brands, and it reopened in June of 2023. This included a mix of brand new attractions and re-themes to pre-existing ones. The park is located in the Paseo Interlomas shopping mall. This is a large and modern shopping complex located in Huixquilucan, Greater Mexico City.
When I switched to Allstate, I saved hundreds. My old insurance
I arrived using Uber, but there also is a large parking garage attached to the mall if you have your own car. And there's also city buses that travel there. Hasbro City is located on the top floor. While you cannot see any of the park before you enter, there is a colorful and attention-grabbing facade. Anyone can access the gift shop for free. You must pay to enter the theme park though. Each package gets you entry to the park, plus a points card that you use in the rides and games. I have two issues with this park's admission setup. First, there's no re-entry. This is a frustrating policy for any theme park, especially one located in a mall. I can see many people wanting to leave to get something to eat at the food court and then return later, but you have to pay again to re-enter. Second, they do not have the prices for the rides and games listed before you enter. I was stunned this information was not available on the website or in a centralized location.
Yeah.
You had to walk up to each individual attraction to find out its cost. For reference, most rides and games cost 35 to 50 pesos each, or 2 to 3 US dollars. I think the ride prices are extremely reasonable compared to other pay-per-ride theme parks, but the prices for the arcade games are shockingly high. That is 2 to 6 times higher per game than most arcades I visit. I would much rather pay for a 1 to 3 minute ride than a 30-second arcade game. There are machines inside for you to reload your card, but it's a far worse value, so you want to accurately guess how much you'll do when you buy your base ticket. This is because there are 3 admission options, and whichever one you purchase, you get double the points. If you buy the basic ticket for 149 pesos or 9 US dollars, you get 300 pesos to spend on rides and games. That is enough to do 6 to 9 rides or games. If you buy the regular ticket for 349 pesos or 21 US dollars, this gives you 700 pesos to spend on rides and games. That's enough to do 14 to 20 rides or games. Then there's a plus ticket for 499 pesos or 30 US dollars. This gives you admission and 1,000 pesos to spend on rides and games. That's enough to do 20 to 30 rides or games. Once inside, I was in awe how nice it looked. I was expecting a big open area with some cutouts or statues, but this park had these mini-themed lands. Plaza Central is the first area. This zone is themed to Monopoly. The floor is decorated with spaces from the
Right?
board
How
game.
cool is that? Not to
In the
mention,
center,
too, if you're wondering, these are all the different symbols from the game of Monopoly. So you got the iron there, you have the hotel, you have the house, you have the wheelbarrow there.
there's a talking Mr. Monopoly animatronic. Then the room opens up to an upper level complete with the park's lone roller coaster running along the ceiling. Continuing counterclockwise, the next area is Garden Walk. This is a small hallway with hedge sculptures for different Hasbro icons like the Hungry Hungry Hippos and Mr. Potato Head. Next is Main Street. This reminds me of a street in Boston. You have all these 2 to 3 story buildings on both sides, most which represent a different board game. Upstairs and adjacent is Play Street. This is themed to children's toys like Play-Doh or Tonka. Back downstairs is Muelle or the Docks. The focal point of this area is a giant pirate ship. This leads into Cybertron, which is themed to Transformers.
Right?
This is
Now,
a dark
I
area
know what
with
you're thinking. Wait a minute, Ray. How can Transformers be in Monopoly? Not Monopoly, but how can Transformers be in Hasbro City and Transformers be at Universal? Hasbro licensed their content out, right? So the movie rights to Transformers go to Universal, and the toy rights are to Hasbro, you see. That's how that works. So, like I said, there's rights for books, there's rights for TV shows, there's rights for movies, there's rights for toys, there's rights for merchandise. So, when you see a brand in multiple places, just know that there are different rights that you can buy in order to utilize that brand. So, just a little insider tip there. Let's keep going.
With LED lights, giving it a futuristic vibe. Then there are some large robot statues as well. Equestria is themed to My Little Pony with a Pinkie Pie statue. Lastly, there's a Nerf arena upstairs. This is themed to the toy guns, but it was under construction when I visited. It has since opened. I like how each area has its own distinct feel. That's something you typically get at a large park, not something on the scale of an FEC. While the park is small, it can be a little confusing switching between levels until you're familiar with the park. The pathways going between levels are narrow and often do not have signs. For example, the back entrance to the arcade is through this unmarked stone carving of Mr. Potato Head. It looks nice, but not very intuitive. My lone visit took place on a December weekday, so the park was not particularly busy. I didn't wait more than 5 minutes for most attractions. I had to wait 15 minutes for the Hasbro carts, G.I. Joe ropes course, and Transformers Energy Surge Motion Simulator simply because of their low throughputs and slow loading. I imagine these 3 rides will have the worst waits most days. I would prioritize these early in the day, especially Energy Surge because it kept on breaking down. Some additional touring notes. Every ride has wait time markers on the floor. However, these are wildly inaccurate. Nearly every ride says it'll take an hour from the start of the queue, but they have very little queue space, so the waits are grossly overestimated. For example, the Optimus Prime drop tower is a queue that holds maybe 50 people max, but the sign says it'll take an hour if it's full. For reference,
Easy Cater. Order food for work from a huge variety.
So that is in Mexico City. Now, I did not know about this until, we got into family entertainment centers during, what was it? It was the Gamescape by Cinemark Deep Dive Live that we did. And I'm bringing up what Hasbro has been doing in the United States because you did see Mattel Adventure Park on the thumbnail. We're getting there. We're getting there. And wherever you think I'm going to show you, scratch that. It's bigger than what you think. Let's keep going.
Of restaurants.
it took maybe 5 minutes to get through half of the queue line. The one exception is Monopoly the Ride. I think this one was severely underestimated because unlike the other attractions, this ride actually has a massive amount of queue space. If this were filled out in full, I imagine it would take 2 to 3 hours. It is also worth noting that rides may have staggered hours. Some rides opened an hour late, while others closed an hour early, so plan accordingly if you're visiting either early or late in the day. Staff members here are friendly. I'd say maybe 25% of the staff speaks at least a little English, but most only spoke Spanish. That being said, I had no trouble getting around because a lot of signage was in English. Now let's run through the attraction lineup. The lone roller coaster is Monopoly the Ride. This attraction originally opened as Dax the Ride when it was iMagic Park, but it was rethemed to the board game. The main layout has no theming, but the queue has all sorts of references. The ride itself is a vegan V-Flyer, which is a powered suspended coaster. It is a fairly mild attraction, but it does give a fantastic bird's eye view of the park. It basically feels like a high-speed monorail. It travels over each area of the park, and the finale even briefly passes outdoors, several stories above the street. I have an entire review published about this ride if you want to learn more.
And
Then
we'll
this
watch that
park has a few flat rides. The best of the bunch is Transformers Energy Surge. This is a unique motion simulator. It looks like one of those crazy couch rides off-ride, but the gondola is capable of tilting and even fully inverting.
Whoa!
And riders wear virtual reality headsets and are chased by Megatron.
Wow.
The motion and visuals were fun, but there were a few abrupt motions during the high-speed chase at the end. This could cause you to bash your head into the restraint. I didn't find it uncomfortable, but it could shift the headset's position, so I recommend holding on to it. Optimus Prime Tower is an 80-foot or 25-meter tall Zamperla drop tower poking out the roof of the mall. Most sides look towards the roof and HVAC equipment, but the ride thankfully spins so everyone can appreciate the sides staring at the street. The drops are not too forceful, but their length did offer a tummy-tickling sensation. Power Rangers Battle is a special set of bumper cars. Half the cars spin and flip.
Yeah.
The cars are not too powerful, and the controls and responsiveness are finicky, but it is a disorienting experience trying to drive while inverted. It was really neat, and you can get a ton of hang time on this if you stall yourself upside down. That's why I take it over your regular set of bumper cars.
Now there's a thing as spin zone bumper cars. Spin zone bumper cars right here. So let me show y'all this here.
Then dive right in. Choose to keep going. It's
So that's the technology there. Okay. Spin zone bumper cars. Some of them spin and some of them spin 360, right? So that's where that comes from. So just want to show you guys that. All right, back to this.
And see my separate review for more reasons why. The final Plaza Zamperla Magic Bikes themed to My Little Pony, and that's a nice option for kids. This park does not have any true dark rides, but there is a Triotech 7D Theater themed to Nerf. This was not open for my visit, but I've done these elsewhere and they are solid attractions. They're screen-based shooters with plenty of 3D targets to fire at, and the motion platform usually adds a degree of chaos. There are a handful of active attractions as well. The most notable of the bunch is G.I. Joe Challenge. This is a high ropes course with several wobbly balance beams and platforms, and I like how this goes directly over rides and pathways. There are no zip lines, but there are some rarer obstacles like a skateboard and a multi-story jump at the end. Then there's the Energon Climb rock wall. It is not difficult if you've any prior climbing experience, but there are a variety of handholds. The Hasbro Karts go-karts have a small course, but the turns are tight, so it takes some skill to navigate them without wiping out. Then I believe the Nerf area will be including a battle arena once that's finally complete. And kids have some play areas exclusively for them, mostly on Play Street. This park also has plenty of games available. There's a VR shooter in the Transformers area.
Virtual
Then there are
reality.
2 arcades. There's a smaller one meant for kids. Then there's a larger one called Arcade Avenue. There is a vast collection of modern games, but they are not a good value compared to
Some of these games look like from Game Room in East Rutherford, New Jersey, at American Dream Mall.
the games elsewhere, or the park's other attractions. You won't find any traditional Midway games here, just arcade games. There also is a show in the Coca-Cola Theater with all the park's characters, but I was not able to catch it during my visit. I did not get anything to eat while at the park, so I cannot comment on the quality. All I purchased was some water, which was fairly priced. I liked how the food places were themed. The Clue restaurant looked really cool, and then there fittingly was a Hungry Hippos eatery. So, do I recommend Hasbro City? Yes, I do. This is a really impressive park for its size. It has more theming than I expected and a nice atmosphere. Then the attraction lineup is quite unique between the quirky rides and active attractions. I do wish this park offered re-entry and clearer pricing, but I think this is a good value when you focus on the rides and not the arcade games. I think this is the area's best indoor theme park, as I much preferred it to the nearby Paramagico. Hasbro City has a much better atmosphere and more attractions available. And if you're on a coaster trip, this place is not too far from Six Flags Mexico. How much time you'll need depends on the ticket you purchase. I would estimate an hour for the basic ticket, 2 hours for the regular ticket, and 3 hours for the plus ticket. So those are my thoughts on Hasbro City, the impressive new indoor theme park in Mexico City. What are your thoughts on this park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.
Canopy Coaster, great job on that review, brother. Great job. So, like I said, let's review what we got from Hasbro so far. We got Galaxyland, powered by Hasbro in Canada. We got the Game Room, powered by Hasbro at American Dream Mall. Now we have Hasbro City in Mexico City. You see a pattern here. It's leading to something, ladies and gentlemen. Before that, though, I want to bring up Monopoly, because Monopoly is not only one of the biggest games in the world, and by the way, I think Monopoly was, no, that was Uno, that was in Ohio, but actually a woman made Monopoly, believe it or not. Yeah, and I can't remember the location, but it's like a big statue in one of the cities of the United States of America. But that being said, Monopoly has been licensed in many ways. Not just Monopoly the game, but Monopoly the brand itself. But we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. Let's play this.
Lone roller coaster at Hasbro City, and it's a weird one. For one, it is a suspended powered coaster that feels like a high-speed monorail. 2, it is themed to a board game. But does this ride use the IP well? Find out in this review. iMagic Park opened just outside Mexico City in 2018. This was an indoor theme park at the Paseo Interlomas shopping mall. Dax the Ride was the most notable attraction. This was a vegan V-Flyer. Only a few of these have been built worldwide, with the most notable installation being Hummel Brummel at Schwaben Park. This model is a suspended powered coaster. It feels like a variant on a bobcart. Riders have a lever to control their speed. The speed lever worked in Hummel Brummel when I rode it a few years ago.
This reminds me of Sky Ride on the Carnival Vista, where you're able to control your speed. And also, too, reminds me of Bolt, the first roller coaster at sea on Carnival Mardi Gras, and the newer ships as well.
This feature has been disabled in the version in Mexico, though. Dax the Ride and iMagic Park as a whole closed in 2021. Both reopened in 2023, completely rebranded. The park was transformed into Hasbro City. All the pre-existing rides were rethemed to different Hasbro IPs. Dax the Ride was turned into Monopoly the Ride. It was an odd choice to theme a coaster to a board game about money and corporations, but that's what they did. Now, none of the layout has anything to do with Monopoly. It is mostly an aerial tour of the park, but it is a great aerial tour. Then the finale actually pops out of the building and stares at the street down below. While the visuals are cool, there's absolutely no theming to see along the route. Now, the pre-boarding experience is a different story though. You have a grand entrance just off of Main Street. The facade is designed to look like a skyscraper. Then you enter an ornate hallway and proceed up a large staircase. You then have a windy path past a series of iconic images from Monopoly. The first room is deliberately dark. It features an illuminated "Go to Jail" sign on the wall, right next to metal bars like a cell. The other side is a giant spout of water for the waterworks with some LED effects to simulate flowing water.
Effect. How cool.
You then continue down a hallway past some paintings of the Scottish Terrier, aka the game's most beloved token.
That's Mr. Monopoly's dog.
The next room is a giant bank vault extending all the way up to the ceiling. You then have another long staircase bringing you up to another level. There, you will find loose article cubbies underneath a free parking sign, which is a brilliant touch.
So that's where you can put all your stuff.
And the end of the queue line is lightly themed as a train station to reference the game's 4 railroads. And the station's designed to have you pass go, and there are a series of illuminated red archways.
Now, I'm going to pause it for the story here, because even though it's not theming, think about Monopoly the Ride. Monopoly is a fast-paced game, right? And so now you are riding on this roller coaster, experiencing the fast thrill of Monopoly. Okay. Now, of course, they could have, had a story about, you have to stop this robber, right? And you're following Mr. Monopoly high in the sky and his blimp and stuff like that, right? And I'm sure that they could add that to Hasbro City, but that's kind of the theming I got, that this was based off of the fast-paced energy of Monopoly the game.
These were retained from the old ride. Most rides at Hasbro City comically overestimate how long a queue line may last with these stickers on the floor. Nearly every ride is a diminutive queue line that couldn't hold more than maybe 15 minutes worth of people, yet they have stickers saying it could take up to an hour. Monopoly's queue is different. This one very easily could take over an hour if it were completely full. Fortunately, it was no more than a 10-minute wait the day I visited. While the individual ride vehicles are small and only hold a max of 2 riders, they do own 6 vehicles at least. 4 to 5 were in use the day I visited to keep the line moving at a slow but steady pace. Riders are restrained by an overhead lap bar. There's a thick portion over your lap and wide bars off to the side to hold onto. The seats are ultimately comfortable. One operational knows that this ride can still run in the rain, even with the finale going outdoors. I was worried it may have to close because powered coasters can sometimes be a bit finicky in these conditions. Once dispatched, you slowly move forwards. Then you'll suddenly accelerate. It feels sort of like a weak launch. You start with a right-hand turn a dark room. You then have an S-bend high above the entry plaza. The side-to-side motion induces a little bit of swinging. You then pass over, at this time at least, another dark room. But that's just because
I
it's
look at
currently
that
a
like just
construction
a
site.
motorized zip
This
line
will be the home
with
to the Nerf area in the near future. You then have a big turn taking you past the Equestria and Cybertron areas. You get a bit of swinging, but the visuals are the star. You pass directly over other attractions in the midways. You then have an S-bend that gets pretty close to some buildings, especially because your car will sway. It's the best swaying on the ride in my opinion. You then have a small climb upwards that will slow the car a bit. You then narrowly dodge a few buildings and head outdoors for the finale. There, you'll have a large turn above the street, and it's a pretty shocking moment. While Monopoly clings to the ceiling and is elevated for much of the ride, you're only maybe about 30 feet above the midway for most of it, but now you're several stories above the road. You slow down towards the end of this and you creep back into the building for the unload platform. You then disembark, ending the 873-foot or 266-meter long coaster. The ride only has a top speed of 19 miles per hour or 30 kilometers per hour. That is barely faster than most kiddie coasters, but this ride's pacing feels noticeably better as you get a brisk bird's eye view tour of the park. Although I would argue it maybe would be better as a slower monorail, so you had more time to take the sights in. So what would I rate Monopoly the ride? I would give this coaster a 5 out of 10. This is a decent experience. I love the theming in the queue line, and the sights are cool. As a coaster, it is not the most thrilling attraction. You only get a little bit of swinging, but it does feel a bit faster than the posted top speed. But the visuals are the main thing this coaster does well. I sort of wish the ride went through the layout slower, which is a weird thing for a coaster enthusiast to say, but I think that would have been better to lean into this ride's strengths. Still, it's a fun experience. So those are my thoughts on Monopoly the ride at Hasbro City. What are your thoughts on this coaster? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.
Imagine being able to build so anything. Much for that review, Canopy Coaster. Now, like I said, Monopoly has been licensed many times. Check this out from Monopoly Dreams, right? So here is the experience right here. So there's interactive adventures, physical challenges, carnival games, thrilling movie with 4D technology, a tour of Mr. Monopoly's lavish mansion, and a stroll through the vibrant streets of Monopoly City. So right here, Mr. Monopoly's mansion, explore his grand study, uncover fascinating details about the man behind the fortune, wander through his private art gallery, and marvel at his impressive Monopoly collection. I believe, I don't know if it's this one or the one in Hong Kong, but you actually see Mr. Monopoly's car, like they've life-sized it, right? Venture deep inside venture deep into his high security vault where a priceless diamond awaits. Thinks you've got the skills to navigate his state-of-the-art security system. Put your reflexes and agility to the ultimate test. It's a glimpse into the life of luxury, and challenge you won't soon forget. So right here, with Monopoly City, take a stroll through the iconic Monopoly jail, and don't forget to strike a pose for your mugshot. Step into Ultimate Bacon, grab as much flying Monopoly as you can. It's a whirlwind of cash. Roll up your sleeves at Waterworks to fix the broken pipes and keep the city's water flowing. Unleash your energy at the electric company and power up Monopoly City. Create your very own customized Tile D, a unique keepsake for your adventure. And don't miss the star of the city, the world's largest Monopoly token, Mr. Monopoly's dazzling helicopter. And then, of course, right here, an exclusive 4DX movie featuring Mr. Monopoly and his little dog Scotty as they explore Melbourne's iconic locations and a never-before-seen story. With special 3D glasses, the action leaps off the screen while state-of-the-art motion-enabled chairs roll, sway, twist, and pitch perfectly synced, rather with thrilling real-life effects like water, wind, fog, scents, and more. And then, of course, right here, this is the game room at Monopoly Dreams. And not to mention, it's a free space where you can challenge friends and family to step into a diverse collection of Monopoly board games, including Stranger Things, Rolling Stones, Cats, Beetlejuice, and more. So that is the experience. Let's see here. Now, this is cool here. Now, transform your child into a brave protector of Monopoly City. So this immersive adventure turns kids 3 to 6 into training police officers. So they'll get to wear their own official uniform there, learn from the friendly Monopoly City police chief, solve mysteries through engaging play-based activities, develop incredible teamwork skills while having incredible fun, and receive a personalized bravery certificate from Mr. Monopoly himself. And of course, this is a special package, $49 for adult and child 6 and under, right? So there is that there. Yes, indeed. All parents and mini heroes receive a complimentary coffee, slice of cake to share from the cabinet, and a baby Chino from Monopoly Dreams Cafe. Oh, did I mention that they have a cafe? Yes, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. They also have a retail store here where you can get Monopoly merchandise, including an exclusive, as you can see right back there, is an exclusive edition of Monopoly Dreams Melbourne, and you cannot buy this on Hasbro.com. You have to actually go to Melbourne, Australia, or to get it right here, as you can see. Yeah. So this new collector's edition of the Monopoly game welcomes a hot air balloon, moon, and unicorn into its family of tokens. Choose your token and go and roll the dice. And it's exclusive to the Monopoly Dreams retail store, so you cannot buy it online, unfortunately. I know. So here it is here. You start off with $200 Monopoly dollars here. Full access to the attraction, exclusive Monopoly Tile B, free photo booth access, cafe discount, enjoy 20% off any purchase at the Monopoly Dreams Cafe during your visit, and valid parking 3 hours of parking for just $6.50. That's cheaper than the US. Okay, so and you can meet Mr. Monopoly during school holidays, July 5th through the 20th, play games, win prizes, and get your photo with him daily at 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So, and that's what each ticket includes, all of those things there. Then, of course, they have a cafe. So they got delicious food. I know that is a wall of houses and hotels there, but you can eat delicious food, tempting desserts, and specialty drinks. And then that is the cafe menu here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yes, I can. And here it is here. So you have, right, so that's Boardwalk, right? Boardwalk and Park Place. So each one of these is inspired by the game Monopoly itself, right? Which is really, really cool, man. Now, remember, I'm showing you all of this for a good reason, okay? And also, too, let me show y'all this here. Monopoly Dreams Hong Kong. Now, this right here is the elevator. So I want y'all to check this out. Now, this is in Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Before you enter, you can pay for these cash, buy your ticket at the counter, and enter.
I know, that's literally inside Monopoly. There should be like a slide. Did not see the slide on that
We
one,
went up
but
the fake elevator and we are in the first room. You can
there
find Miss
is the
Monopoly
inside Miss
on the
Monopoly's
screen.
mansion there.
He just ran away. In the second room, we can see all the
Virtual
different
Monopoly board.
around the world.
Yeah, I know.
In this room, you can also find the largest Monopoly token.
Right there, Miss Monopoly's
in the
corner, right
Guinness
there.
World of Records. The staff's English is not that good, and he rushes you through all these rooms. Next, you get to watch an English 4D cinema. It was really good. You're not allowed to record it just because of copyright. Then, you play the money grab. The staff told us the wrong information.
Right.
They are worth different values. You use this for drinks, food, and souvenirs.
Now, unfortunately, they do not have
So
Monopoly
free, you roam
dreams
around
in
the area
United States.
and do what you
I
like.
know. I know.
Plenty of photo opportunities, as well as little games on the side to play.
Two electric bills. Score 100.
Oh, this is a matching.
It moves. Which one? I saw that one. Nice. Got 100 points.
Okay. And then there is your Title D card, so you can take that home with you. How cool is that? Looks like you get spammed. There it is.
Wow.
Look at that.
It's yours?
That is too cool. And then there are all the different deeds from the game itself. Waterworks. This reminds me of that pipe game where you have to connect the pipes in order to get the water flowing. Where's my water? Shout out to my old Disney mobile.
You gotta shut off that pipe because it's leaking. What? We can't even shut it off? There's a leak!
This is too cool, man. The electric one.
Doesn't do anything.
One of these things is not like the other, or what's the game called? That's the game that I thought of. One of these things don't match the other, or the differences between the two pictures. There is the vault right there. It looks like it's a photo experience there. Now, why did that sound like the guy off of Super Smash Bros? Ready? Go! No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop! That's what that reminded me of. Oh, whoa, now that's cool. So it looks like you can win stuff from different brands. That's cool.
the very end, you can
And
buy
then, of
some
course, there
souvenirs.
is the
You can
store
exchange
there.
your
Okay, so
Monopoly
shout
money
out
for
to the
discounts
Kaka
for
now
food and drinks.
for giving us
You
that
can
tour
also
of
purchase
the
postcards and post them
Hong
in the
Kong
mailbox.
version there.
If you won any vouchers in
And
that
of
game before,
course, right
you
here,
could come and exchange it at the counter.
let me show y'all
Overall,
this
it was
here.
something nice to do at the peak. It was a little bit pricey though. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Yes, yes. Let me show y'all this here. So this is the actual lift. Okay, here we go. So you get on those, get those gates open. That golden elevator opens up. Right here, Monopoly Dreams is the first Monopoly themed attraction in the world. By taking the elevator, you can explore Mr. Monopoly's secret residence and get a sneak peek at the luxury decors and prize collections. The beloved Monopoly classic elements like train station, waterworks, electric company, and ultimate banking will be ready to give you the best Monopoly branded experience. Everyone can try their luck and realize their dreams in Monopoly Dreams. Let's own it all together. Sincerely, Mr. Monopoly. I'm sure that's what it's saying. So now they are on the elevator. The slide, right? Now that's not real. Okay, that's all LED. Okay, that's all and then you're at the 10th floor where the experience begins right there. But that's not all Hasbro has done. No, 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 my friends. No, no, no. No, no, no. Let me introduce you to this. Monopoly Life Size. Monopoly Life Size is the ultimate immersive gaming experience based on the world's favorite board game. Step onto one of the 4 giant boards and meet your own very human token as they'll serve as your board's characterful guide, bringing the game to life and adding to the excitement. Roll the dice and move across the board, which features beloved locations from the classic Monopoly board. Except to win a property, you need to work together to complete a hands-on challenge or challenge puzzle or minigame. Teams must strategize in order to win properties, build houses, manage money, avoid jail in this jam-packed immersive experience suitable for families, friends, or even corporate team building. It's an action-packed blend of competitive gameplay and live entertainment, making it a must-do attraction for all ages. So there are 4 boards. The gameplay on each board works exactly the same way, but the themes and challenges differ, which means every game outcome is all down to chance. So you have the luxury board. See the behind the scenes of Mr. Monopoly's bank. You get a taste of the finer things in life. You may not always be on the receiving end. Perhaps you're working the Monopoly Star Kitchen in Bow Street, or trying to talk your way into first class at Waterloo, but sometimes you'll be bidding for art from the auction house on Bond Street or winning big at the casinos of Coventry Street. So that is the luxury board. The classic board, of course, perhaps you get an opportunity to ring the bells on Whitechapel Road, solve a crossword, newspaper crossword on Flint or Fleet Street, and crack the Enigma codes in Whitehall. Recognizable motifs such as property D cards acting as entrances to the challenge rooms and houses and hotels dotting the walls. The classic board offers the closest experience to stepping onto the Monopoly board itself. And of course, you have the city board here. If you roll right, you'll get the chance to dance the night away on the Strand, performing the orchestra of a musical at the theater on Townhall Court Road, or even get to grips with the Tays at the toy shop on Regent Street. Shadows cast from street lighting, and neon signs across the unmistakable skyline. The city board will give you an exhilarating nighttime adventure while you snap up some of London's most iconic city streets. And then the classic Own It All board there. Take on riddles on Downing Street, puzzles in Brick Lane, even attempt to whack-a-mole with Mr. Monopoly money sacks. Bruh. Okay, then, in high or wrong to win big, remember not to trigger the alarms as you attempt to steal artwork from Knightsbridge. Are you quick enough to beat your teammates and finally own it all? So there you go there. So join forces with your new team up to 6 members and eye those playing rivals across 4 teams. Meet your magical token, life. And then right here, game on. The moment the countdown hits 0, the adventure begins. Roll the dice and let the fun start. I got unowned property. Time to jump through some playful hoops. Enter the property's challenge room with your teammates. Take on a quick task. Not your turn. No worries. Draw a chance card. Strategize for picking a community chest to manage your empire, or even building a house. Make your move wisely. Be a savvy mogul. Use your property and cards with smarts to rake the cash. Special properties, special powers. Control the city's essentials with utility squares, or make your rivals pay it. Your train stations, bonus you travel free. Jail time, avoid landing in jail at all costs. If you do find yourself behind bars, it's time to plot your escape and skip the bell. And of course, right here, buckle up for a game of nonstop fun with more twists and turns than a roller coaster ride. Champion crowned the victory celebration. So there is a Top Hat bar and restaurant. It is. And of course, the top hat off of Mr. Monopoly, right? So, yeah, that's one of the burgers. Yeah, you saw that. And then they have a Sunday roast here. This is in the United Kingdom. And then, of course, they have a bottomless brunch. So they have Top Hat dining for 10. Drinks for 10, bottomless brunch, game only for 25 players, game only for 10 players, and of course full venue hire. And they also have a cocktail masterclass, and that's what the Top Hat bar and restaurant looks like. Looks so damn good. There's the menu there. Now, unfortunately, you cannot steal the menu. I would not suggest that. As you can see here, this is in partnership with the Path Entertainment Group and Hasbro. Go back up here. And this is in London, England here. So stars and bar dishes there, your mains, your sides, your desserts. And as you can see, it's all based on the color properties of Monopoly. Signature cocktails. So there you go there. But that's not all. No. You thought that Monopoly Life Size was just in London. Oh, no, my friends. It was in the U.S. too. Check this out. Now, this was in Colorado, right? Monopoly Life Size Travel Edition is a 60-minute family-friendly experience based on the classic board game that offers 4 teams the opportunity to roll the dice and navigate a giant Monopoly board. Guided by 2 human tokens while competing in escape room style challenges to buy property and ultimately secure a victory. So this was in the former Ace Hardware Dollar Tree building off of Broadway in Denver. This 27,000 square foot building in Denver's design district will house a variety of officer experiences over the next 2 years. So yeah, they had that there in Denver, Colorado there. Very, very cool. I would shout out to Licensing International for that. But that's not the only place they had. They also had it here. Okay, now this actually happened this summer here. So this happened in Charlotte, North Carolina here.
You're in for a real treat, Charlotte. Monopoly Life Size has gone 4D and is launching its travel edition at Bloom Studios. The world's favorite board game is now an interactive, family-friendly experience played on, that's right, a giant Monopoly board, where you'll roll the dice and complete team challenges for the chance to win big. So rally your loved ones, your plus ones, your very best ones. It's game time. Tickets at blumenthalarts.org.
And then, of course, they have a Top Hat Lounge, a bar within the venue where they can enjoy delicious snacks, refreshing drinks, and a wide selection of board games to play. Yeah, I know. So, yes, indeed. Now, I don't know if they will have any other additions going across the country. But there is the now that's the Charlotte contact there. Let me see if there's any more in the press kit. Right? I know. Y'all are like, wait a minute, Bray. How do you find out all this stuff? You keep up with everything, so that way you always will be ahead of everybody, right? Yes, indeed. Let me see. Anything. No. Let me see. Okay, give me a moment. Give me one momento, please. So this is the Path Entertainment Group here, right? So they got this here, Monopoly life-sized. Oh, it just takes you back to the main website there. Okay. As you can see, they have SpongeBob the Musical, Paddington Experience, Saw, Escape the Experience, London. I don't know why you would want to go into hell and have that in your life, but good for y'all. And then Clue Life Size. So this company has been around for a very, very long time. And not to mention, too, they have a office in New York. And they also are doing Dirty Dancing the Musical. So this company has been around for a very, 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 very long time. Yes, indeed, there. So if we go back for a minute here, let's go back here. There was something that really stood out to me with this. Let me see. Right here, it says here, step into our brand new games room, a free space where you can challenge friends and family to a diverse collection of Monopoly board games, including Stranger Things, Rolling Stones, Cats, Beetlejuice, and more. So I did tell y'all that they license stuff, right? So check this out. This is Monopoly Peanuts. Okay. You yes, but that's not the only games that they license. So I want you to check out this as well. They had a Looney Tunes Monopoly game with, let's see who that is. Who is that? That is Daffy Duck, that is Sylvester, and that is Bugs Bunny. Okay, now they no longer have that out, but I'm showing you that there. And then, of course, they also had this, the Muppets. Are things coming into focus for you? I love having fun with y'all. Yes, I do. So, with that being said, let me show y'all this. From License Global, Merlin Entertainments and Hasbro reveal Peppa Pig attractions. I'm going to read that 2 more times. Merlin Entertainments, Hasbro reveal Peppa Pig attractions. Merlin Entertainments, Hasbro reveal Peppa Pig attractions. New Peppa Pig theme park will open in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in 2024, which means it's already open. Merlin Entertainment and Hasbro have announced additional details for the Peppa Pig theme park, which is set to open in North Richland Hills, Texas. 5 rides, 7 theme playscapes, a water play area. Even more experiences have been revealed for the Peppa Pig theme park, now under construction in North Texas. Following the successful launch of the Peppa Pig theme park in Florida in 2022, North Richland Hills will be the second standalone theme park in the United States based on the Hasbro preschool franchise. As many preschoolers' first best friend, Peppa encourages kids to explore the world of confidence, every first adventure from the everyday to the epic. Centrally located in the heart of North Texas, the park will be just a few miles away from the Peppa Pig World of Play, an indoor attraction that features free roaming play spaces for preschoolers. The new theme park combines interactive rides and themed playgrounds for character shows and an indoor cinema for climate-controlled entertainment. Every corner of the new park is crafted with preschoolers in mind, from their first ever roller coaster rides and fairground games with the whole family to a pedal path adventure built just for kids and a colorful splash pad that celebrates muddy puddles jumping fun. 5 new rides include Daddy Pig roller coaster, Peppa Pig's balloon ride, say that 3 times, Granddad Dog's pirate boat ride, Grampy Rabbit's Dinosaur Adventure, Mr. Bull's High Striker play spaces, and additional attractions include Muddy Puddle Splash Pad, Peppa's Pedal Bike Tour, and George's Tricycle Trail, Fun Fairs, George's Fort, Grandpa Pig's Greenhouse, Peppa Pig Treehouse, Rebecca Rabbit's Playground, Madame Gazelle's Nature Trail, Mr. Patel's Showtime Arena, and the cinema. So, now Merlin Entertainments is definitely known for a lot of things. You guys know that they have teamed up with, Microsoft for Minecraft. But there is one big brand that Merlin Entertainment is known for. I wonder what that brand could be. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, Legoland Parks. Yes, you're getting the picture now. You're getting the picture. It's coming into focus for you. Yes, indeed. Here they also are the owners of Alton Towers, Chesterton World Adventures, Garland Resort, Hyde Park Resort, and Thorpe Park. Their gateway attractions here. They have Sea Life, the Dungeons, Legoland Discovery Center, Warwick Castle, Mount Tussauds, the Wax Museum, Peppa Pig Theme Park, Peppa Pig World of Play, Shrek's Adventure in London, the London Eye, the Sydney Tower Eye, Wildlife Sydney, Ottawa Fly, Cadbury World, the Cadbury Bunny Chocolate Eggs there, Lego Discovery Center, Ruffalo and Friends Clubhouse, Orlando Eye. And of course, as you guys know, right here, the Legoland Parks. So they got Legoland Parks, Butterland Resort, California Resort, Dutchland Resort, Dubai, Florida, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, New York, and Windsor. Okay. Now, I was kind of racking my brain. Just like, is there anything else that I can give y'all that would kind of solidify where I'm going with this here? Then I saw this right here. Hasbro and Max Matching Entertainment's announced strategic licensing partnership to jointly drive the facilitation of location-based entertainment projects based on key Hasbro intellectual property. This came out in March 2024, March 13th of 2024. From Shanghai, China, the long-term strategic licensing partnership between Hasbro and Max Matching Entertainments include a lineup of world-class location-based entertainment LBE projects featuring key Hasbro brands across China, including Peppa Pig, Transformers, My Little Pony, Power Rangers, and many others. Projects already opened under the strategic partnership include My Little Pony short-term themed drink shops, which successfully rolled out in Nanjing and Qingdao. Recently announced as part of the partnership between Hasbro and Max Matching Entertainment is Beijing Top Park, which will feature Hasbro's global premiere of a Peppa Pig themed ice and snow park, as well as Hasbro FEC Family Entertainment Center, which will feature My Little Pony, Nerf, Power Rangers, and Potato Head, and Gordon Bayfront project, which is currently underway with design construction. So it may look like Hasbro City. In addition, Hasbro and Max Matching Entertainment will bring to the Chinese market its first standalone Peppa Pig outdoor theme park. The completion of this project will grace the first Peppa Pig outdoor theme park in the Asia region. Matt Perlogs, Vice President Global Experiences Partnership with Music, said Max Matching is an important strategic licensing partner of Hasbro's, and we are excited to continue work with Max Matching's team to develop world-class experiences based on our popular intellectual properties, including Peppa Pig outdoor theme parks for families in China to enjoy. Owen Zhao, president of Max Matching Entertainment, said Max Matching Entertainments have been deeply cultivating internationally top intellectual property themed location-based entertainment projects specialized in outdoor and indoor parks. We will make every effort to facilitate multiple intellectual property projects beloved by Chinese consumers in China, cooperating with Hasbro, a leading toy and game company. So, as you can see here, spearheading the creation of international IP visitor experiences featuring several exclusive IP-themed LBE and retail partnership with Hasbro, Transformers, Peppa Pig, My Little Pony, Mattel, Barbie, Thomas and Friends, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is Mattel. Thomas and Friends is Mattel. Barbie's Mattel. I'm double speaking, but follow me here. Wild Brain Peanuts. Talked about Peanuts at the top of the show. Okay, it's all going to come together here in a minute. Teletubbies, Nat and the Grand, etc. Artman, Shaun the Sheep, Crayola, Sesame Street, Ferrari, NBA, and many others. Let me see here. Now, unfortunately for Crayola, they do not have a Crayola, Monopoly game per se, but they do have a Monopoly Crayola sticker activity pad. Okay, so just want to show that. Now, this is from another brand here. Okay, so just want to say that there. Okay, so as you can see, whether it's USAopoly, Monopoly, any type of Poly rather, they license very, very much, content, right? So check this out, right? So right here, Mattel Adventure Park, Kansas City, set for 2026 opening. And we will take a look at this here in just a minute. From El Segundo, California, Kansas City, Kansas, through a licensing partnership with Epic Resort Destinations today, announced plans for a second Mattel Adventure Park location in an all-new entertainment resort destination located in Bonner Springs, Kansas. The all-new family-friendly themed entertainment destination is set to open in 2026 with plans to break ground later this year. Mattel Adventure Park Kansas City will offer the highly anticipated attractions of Mattel Adventure Park Glendale, Arizona, which is the first Mattel Adventure Park, including fully themed Hot Wheels roller coasters such as the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker, the Ultimate Ride, and Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer, designed to delight fans of all ages. The Hot Wheels Bone Shaker themed ride will feature the famous Hot Rod School design, while the double looping Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer guarantees a serious adrenaline boost for all riders. While these attractions promise full throttle fun for racing enthusiasts of all ages, there's plenty in store for park guests from other fan favorite Mattel brands such as Thomas and Friends World of Sordor, which include 5 family-friendly experimental attractions and rides, include a dedicated indoor play space for little adventurers. Mattel Adventure Park Kansas City will also be home to the larger-than-life Barbie Beach House, featuring an interactive retail experience where fans can build their customized Barbie sets in the Barbie Dream Closet experience, which uses hologram technology to bring Barbie to life right before guests' eyes. The attraction also includes a unique Barbie-themed flying theater and the Barbie rooftop restaurant and bar. At He-Man vs. Skeletor laser tag, Master of the Universe fans can fight for Eterna in a massive laser tag arena in the likeness of the iconic Castle Grayskull Fortress. Mattel Adventure Park will additionally offer a mini-golf experience featuring 18 holes inspired by Magic 8-Ball, Pictionary, and other beloved Mattel games, plus a larger-than-life custom climb Uno structure that delivers nostalgia and adventure for all ages. Mattel Adventure Park Kansas City will bring our iconic brands to life with epic roller coasters, family-friendly attractions, and immersive theater, themed dining, so much more, said Josh Silverman, Chief Franchise Officer at Mattel. We are thrilled to expand these themed entertainment destinations and invite fans to experience the world of Mattel in all new ways as they create lasting memories with loved ones. We are proud and excited to announce Kansas City, Kansas as the second themed entertainment destination location for Mattel Adventure Park Park and Epic Resort Destinations License Partnership. Mattel said. Mark Cornell, president of Epic Resort Destinations, we are bringing Mattel's powerhouse brands to life through state-of-the-art technology engaging experiences. This destination is sure to provide infinite fun for the whole family. Stay tuned, and a sneak peek of the world-class attractions families can experience, can expect rather to see, can see at www.matteladventurepark.com. Now, I know I have been rambling and talking and da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me do this. All right, here it is here, everybody. Here it is here. Let me get it up for y'all. Y'all have been very patient. But I had to dog walk this in order to get you here. Ready? Here we go.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Yes. Come on, you're almost there.
Preparing the Krabby
Well, it
Patty.
won't be the Krabby Patty for us here, but it will be, wait for it, this here, Hasbro Land Park, everybody. Yes, indeed. So imagine Hasbro Land Park, right, coming to life in partnership with Merlin Entertainment. Now, follow me here. Hasbro Land is a proposed theme park a joint venture between Hasbro and Merlin Entertainments, designed to bring the magic of Hasbro's most beloved games and toys to life. The park's mission is to create an immersive, multi-generational experience where guests can step inside the world of their favorite franchises. From classic board games to modern-day action heroes, the park will also feature special partnerships with the Peanuts gang, the Looney Tunes, and Jim Henson's The Muppets, adding layers of nostalgic charm, classic cartoon antics, and theatrical humor. So you have the zones. So you got Canland Adventure. This whimsical land is a sweet fantasy come to life based on the classic children's game. The atmosphere is vibrant, colorful, with oversized lollipops, candy canes, and gingerbread structures. The pathways are made of gumdrop pavement. The air is filled with the faint scent of sugar. So you have King Candy's Carousel. So basically candy-coated creatures, right? So you're able to get on that. Gumdrop Mountain Drop, a family-friendly drop tower there. Lollipop Lane Racers, a gentle low to the ground track ride designed for specifically younger children and their families. So guests board small cars shaped like cupcakes and travel along a path lined with giant lollipops, candy trees, and smiling gingerbread characters. Then you have the Licorice Lagoon, a playful interactive area, right, with the fountains that spray water and a mist that smells like sweet licorice. Okay, Princess Lolly's Playland, an extensive indoor soft area, and then of course Sugar Plum Cafe. So that will be where all the sweets are. Okay, so that's the first area. Monopoly Metropolis, right? A bustling urban-themed zone that brings the world of Monopoly to life. Guests are treated as citizens of this metropolis, or Monopoliopolis, that's what I'm going to call it. The streets are lined with familiar property spaces. A giant Mr. Monopoly statue stands at the center of the town square, reading railroad roller coaster. This family-friendly coasters in the urban landscape. The coaster cars are designed to look like classic Monopoly tokens. The ride features small launch secrets as you pass go. Like Monopoly, the ride at Hasbro City in Mexico. Chance Card Chaos, a dark ride that uses motion-based vehicles and screens to create a randomized and unpredictable journey. At various points, a giant chance community chess card is revealed, leading to a new chaotic scene, from a surprise jailbreak to a quick detour for a prize. And then, of course, Mr. Monopoly's mansion walkthrough, so you get to walk through his home, right? Such as a gallery of famous Monopoly editions, a secret library room filled with giant digital money. And of course, you'll get to meet Mr. Monopoly, the Community Chess Challenge, a live interactive game show where guests can participate, where guests in the audience can compete in game-based challenges prizes in cash, bar currency that can be redeemed for prizes at the gift shop, and the Boardwalk Bar and Grill, right? So Park Place Burger and Go-Kart Fries. There you go there. G.I. Joe and Transformers, The Rise of Heroes. So you got the All-Spark roller coaster. So it's a multi-launch coaster taking guests through a detailed replica of an Autobot command center where they're briefed on a mission to secure a fragment of the All-Spark. Cobra Commander Mission. Say that our 4D simulator as you guys are recruited as new G.I. Joe operatives. Then you have Attractions Autobot Headquarters where you get to meet Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, other Autobots, and then, of course, Decepticon Infiltration, a multi-room escape experience. Teams of 6 must navigate at the Decepticon-occupied facility, solving puzzles and riddles to disable a weapon. And then the Cybertron Cafe. Then, of course, Whodunit Alley, Clue and Trivial Pursuit, Colonel Mustard's Mystery Manor, a track-based dark ride where guests must solve murder mysteries and travel through the mansion. Then you have Trivial Pursuit Live, which is a live interactive game show. Clue Escape Mansion, a small-scale escape room set in different rooms in the mansion. Billiard Room Bar, so it is a bar with special cocktails and appetizers with live jazz in the evenings. Then you have Battleship Bay, off the game of Battleship. Torpedo Twist, a water ride that simulates being fired from a submarine with splashing twists and turns. Attraction, the Naval Warfare Simulator, a large multiplayer arcade attraction where guests battle each other on a giant screen. And the Battleship Arcade with classic and modern arcade games. Captain's Gallery, a seafood shack serving fish and chips, clam chowder, and other coastal favorites. Catfish will be there too. Now, of course, I did not forget Peanuts, okay? So this is Peanuts Playground, a charming nostalgic zone dedicated to Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the rest of the gang. So you got Snoopy's Doghouse Flyers, a spinning swing ride where guests will fly at Snoopy's Doghouse, and the Great Pumpkin Patch, a seasonal attraction in the fall featuring a themed hay ride and corn maze. Lucy's Psychiatric Booth, a popular photo opportunity at the Great Pumpkin Theater. A live performance venue with a show featuring the Peanuts characters at Woodstock's Waffle House. So waffles, coffee, and kid-friendly meals. And then, of course, Looney Tunes, Acme Acres. This is a zany, chaotic zone filled with the classic cartoon humor of Looney Tunes. Design features intentionally exaggerated mismatched buildings with giant boulders precariously bounced off cliffs and oversized cartoon contraptions everywhere. You got the Wild E. Coyote Acme roller coaster, a high-speed family-friendly coaster simulating Wild Chase. Tass's Twister, a spinning flat ride where guests are strapped into a spinning teacup-style car. And then, of course, you have Bugs Bunny Carrot Patch Express, a slow-moving train ride that takes you through a giant anime carrot patch. Then, of course, you have Looney Tunes Fun House, a multi-level fun house with classic gags from bending mirrors and spinning tunnels to a hall of doors where guests might get sprayed for a little water or find a surprise character. The Great Cartoon Caper, a high-energy musical chase, and then Porky's Diner, a 1950s diner serving classic American food like burgers and milkshakes right outside the human. The menu features items like Daffy Duck fries or Bugs Bunny garden salad. And then, of course, Muppet Studios, okay. The theatrical zone celebrates the creative chaos of the Muppets. The land is themed like a bustling backlight with sound stages, props, and set pieces scattered around. The atmosphere is lively and full of theatrical energy with unexpected gags and humor around every corner. Rainbow Connection River Cruise, a charming family-friendly boat ride that takes guests on a gentle journey through the worlds of the Muppets. The ride features beautifully crafted animatronics, Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, the rest of the gang, all singing and performing singers for some of their most famous adventures. Of course, Muppet Vision 3D is here. Did you really think I was going to do a Hasbro Land amusement park and you didn't think I was not going to do Muppet Vision 3D? You must be out your ever-loving mind. You must not know me that well. Let's say that our 3D movie experience set in a replica of the Muppet Theater, hosted by Kermit and friends, and is a hilarious and chaotic journey that breaks the fourth wall with in-theater effects like a live cannon blast, real-life character appearances, and a wacky finale. The Muppet Show Live, a live high-energy stage show in an open-air theater featuring puppeteers and actors bringing the classic Muppet Show sketches to life. And then, of course, right here, the Swedish Chef's Smorgasbord buffet style restaurant offering a variety of international American cuisine. The decor is chaotic and kitchen themed, and guests might even get a glimpse of the Swedish chef himself causing mayhem in the kitchen. And then, of course, Hasbro Hub, a central plaza at the park entrance with a large gift shop, the Hasbro toy box and services, and a live entertainment stage. Character being greets throughout the park. Guests can meet and take pictures with costume characters from the various Hasbro franchises, the Peanut Gang, the Looney Tunes, and Jim Henson, the Muppets. Woo! I know. Child, listen. To bring this to y'all was so much fun. I hope this happens. I hope that Hasbro digs into their license bag and says to Six Flags, y'all don't know what y'all do with Looney Tunes. Let us take over. I hope Hasbro goes over to Disney and says, y'all don't know what y'all do with the Muppets. Let us take over. To Six Flags, y'all don't want to renew the Peanuts game. Let us take over. And imagine that Hasbro Land could be an outdoor park or a indoor park. Okay, so that is that there, y'all. That's it. I'm gonna turn on my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Y'all, that was so much fun to bring that to y'all. It really, really was. Now, like I said, this is all a prediction. Okay. Okay, this is all prediction. This does not mean that this is actually going to happen. I want everybody to get that understanding, okay? Basically, I took an inch, I made it a mile, okay? Now, like I said, you got Hasbro in one quadrant of the park. Then you have Peanuts, right? Charlie Brown, the gang, in another quadrant. Then you have the Looney Tunes in another quadrant. And then you have the Muppets in another quadrant. I think that Hasbro Land amusement park in partnership with Nintendo and Merlin Entertainments could work because guess what? They already have a partnership with Hasbro for Peppa Pig. Okay? So that is that there. Y'all, that's our show. I'm going to rest here for a minute. Actually, we're going to take a little bit of a mini commercial break. And we will be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour Live right after this. Roll it.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back in the Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Y'all, I hope that this live felt as epic as Universal's Epic Universe. I really do believe if they do Hasbro Land Amusement Park with Merlin Entertainment and they take Hasbro, Charlie Brown, and the Peanuts gang, Looney Tunes, and the Muppets and make that happen, Disney, you need to be scared, child. Here we go. It's time for Daily Mover, everybody. Only put off until tomorrow what you're willing to die having left undone. Pablo Picasso. Well, some powerful words there. It's time for the Daily Mover for Friday, August 8th, 2025. Practice patience. As often as possible, let your first response be patience. Exercise patience with others, with yourself, with the situation. Decline to buy into the drama of frustration and annoyance. You're much better off staying calm, offering a little understanding and peacefulness. Take a breath, take a beat, and collect your thoughts. Give yourself and those around you the best chance for a beneficial outcome. There may be plenty of reasons to be upset and angry, yet there are better reasons to transform the energy of the moment into positive intention and patience. Almost always you can get more done with cooperation than confrontation. You can get more done with cooperation than confrontation. You can get more done with cooperation than confrontation. Choose the path that leads to the most desirable destination. Practice patience and feel the strength of your own best intentions. Practice patience and give goodness a chance to fill the situation. You know, I think we did that tonight, actually, with this. It was a lot of buildup to get to what we got to, right? And the one thing about patience is a great tool, but we look at it as a weapon. We do. I mean, sometimes we wonder why are we in a relationship right now? Why do we have kids? Why don't we have this job? Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Maybe it's not time. It's okay. In the meantime, you're still above ground. That's the first thing I'll say. The second thing I'll say about practice patience is there's plenty of reasons to be upset and angry. If you live in that space, you will become that space. If you live in that space, you will become that space. If you live in that space, you will become that space. Have you ever noticed anybody who is hateful, toxic, and tragic never makes it in life, ever, with anything they do? It's just like in the words of Marcel Scott, throwing to the wall and see what sticks, and nothing is sticking because spaghetti can't stick. And finally, everybody, the last thing I'll say is that you'll always get more done with cooperation than confrontation. If you want to go to the higher that's waiting for you, work together with people. But if you want to go to the lower that's available, be destructive to yourself, of yourself, and by yourself. And with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say one more special, because you are always one of blessing and trust. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just saying a brand new amusement park, theme park brand before anybody else gets out there and says it. Make sure the replay is not just right for you watching, not just for you. Let's do it before you want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love you got, give it, receive love you got, give it, receive love you got, give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all listen. Always recognize blueprints are out here for you to stay. It's just your choice to pick them up and learn from them. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as people, as a culture. I feel love, and I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you, and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success, and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort. find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying